or else it's gonna be a haunting factor. Okay, you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my charger. My wife would never understand me. I know you guys begin to understand me, but the stuff I do sometimes it seems to be strange. But I'm gonna explain everything. I'm gonna give you the whole 9 yards. Okay? So everyone can be in the same point of view. Okay, and so we can go from there. Because I really don't like this. I'm really upset. You know,
You gotta clear it up.
I gotta clear it up, else I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, you know me, people. Okay, let's get to the point. You know, Uncle Saul. I've been on this journey for since the year 2000. Okay, but first,
18 years.
yes, and I took on many students before even Mark, James Rink. I trained a lot of people from both American, black, white, you name it. I deal with all of them, and so I have a lot of experience in dealing with people, and they always impress with my ability to read people, you know, and to come up with all kind of stuff that work and practically. But I never tell them what's the secret behind all of this. Now, what really hurt me when people start calling me liar, and they couldn't prove that I'm a liar. Does that make sense? So prove to the people and me where I lie. And this is where for me it really hurt the fact that I'm doing busting my ass with research and development, proving it to myself and to the circumstances at large and to the people around me, and able to duplicate what I do into their own experience, because the experiencer is the true fact finder. Does that make sense? Without
Yes.
experience, how can you verify the fact? So I'm just like, I'm feeling really, really hurt that there's people out here, for whatever reason, maybe jealous, or maybe political correct, or maybe business wise, that they see me as a threat to their paradigm.
And
For
also,
me,
they can't disprove you.
and if, yeah, they can't disprove me. I mean, I don't care if someone call me a liar, but explain to me why you call me a liar based on what? Facts, you know? And prove it to me. And then if you prove right, and it'll make logical sense, practically, and it can be duplicated by other observers, okay, then I accept. But if you can't prove it, how can I accept it? Does that make sense? Does that sound fair enough? Am I talking to my friend? Or I'm talking to my enemy here. so yeah, I'm really hurt. Cause when I read your conversation with what's that guy? What's that girl name? Taro from Mellon, Texas. You know, and it really hurt me big time, because either out of they don't have the same mission as I do, but at least point the facts where I lie at. I brought technology that's left brain based, and then we use it with the right brain, the metaphysical brain, and it worked just fine. And I able to get Dr. Jose and my wife a doctorate degree along with me with it, you know. And so we proven ourselves and we're able to duplicate it, and we fulfill of of excitement. So I'm going to tell you what started this journey from bottom, from here, the first time I start till now, and why people can't understand it.
Okay.
Okay. My goal was to spread what I know to the world. I really don't think about the money or anything. You know? That is my whole goal. Was just to spread it out there. I make it up my mind long time ago. If I present the truth, at the end of the day, I am at peace with myself. And truth has to be proven. Not just word alone, but it's got to be practically proven for the people to go through their own experience and have their own judgment, because I feel that everyone is unique. Everyone have a perspective. And I feel in my heart that wrong or right, that's not the point. The point is truth. That be the test of the day. You know, Johnny?
Yes, yeah, that's what you use as a gauge.
Mm-hmm. And let me see. Are you sure Dr. Jose was here?
No, that wasn't Jose. That was actually Terry Terrell
Yeah.
from
Oh.
Texas. She was on the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Now I talk. You know.
Yeah, she was listening, and then she had to go to work. So
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Her messages did get to me, and don't think I don't read that kind of stuff. I do, and I feel uncomfortable when someone tried to call me out without proof. You know. And it's not right, bro. It's not right. You know. I have emotion too. Do you really think a natural Cambodian would spend their life doing this kind of stuff? You can ask Mark. Cambodia would never do this kind of stuff. Ain't that right, Marky Barky?
Do what?
Do what I do. Go out and act a fool in front of the world and embarrassing themselves and their culture and their family.
You're the only one. I wouldn't do it.
See?
I mean, I would, but I'd be more. I wouldn't be too crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the reason I want to talk on the subject. Okay, everything I do, I have the full science left brain and right brain. I able to use my left brain to build the technology that I have learned from the dream world, the world of the future, parallel dimension, and we done it, and with a lot of experimentation. Because when I came back with nothing except the experience and the knowledge that was given to me. So I have to prove it to myself, to my logical mind, that this is real. I know in my emotional mind, which is my right brain, I know it is real. But if my left brain can't be convinced, how can it back me up? So I have to go ahead and try it out, build it, and use it on people, and let them go through the process and get a feedback from their perspective and to see if match with mine. Apparently, their perspective was experienced it.
right.
And I got positive feedback that was very encouraging. So I just keep on going, using people as my teacher because they give me the feedback I need to have the true confidence, to keep going. Because as you know, without that confidence boost, you can't do it. It doesn't matter the knowledge is true or not. You gotta have someone who cheer you on.
Right, you need that charisma, that full force and confidence.
Exactly.
To
deliver. So I want to confront people, and you say Terry was here. Well, I want to confront her. What make her call me out a liar? Maybe what will call you out a liar? I mean, prove to me that I'm a liar. Like that. I don't think I'm a liar because everything I do and prove has come true. That's why I guess the university gave me a doctorate degree because I ain't no fool. And it give Dr. Jose a degree because of me. Give my wife a doctorate degree because of me. So they just met me just like that. And then they give it because they see what I can do. I ain't no fool because I did my homework. I did my research. I experiment with real life human beings. And I got feedback from them. And they guided my path. I always believe in so hard base everything on a 5 scientific method. Observe the experiment. And, before we observe, we did our homework on it, looking at the research of others, and observe the experiment when we do it, and then we duplicate it, and then we get others to experience it from their perspective and duplicate also. So we have a 5 triangulation scientific method.
How you prove the evidence. Duplication, triangulation.
Exactly. We have triangulation. So, okay, that's the reason I brought this, because I truly believe in what I do, not because of the belief. I've proven the belief, and I have strong confidence based on the feedback I got on the proof from other experiencer, the magical word experiencer, and then furthermore, we can actually record it on camera, you know, and we can be perceived visually. So that is what it is. I believe this is this person that called me a liar is not based on scientific evidence. It's based on I want to say it. Ego here sit either jealousy or just envy. I don't see any other scientific reason, because there's no scientific evidence to disprove it. Yeah. Mark, I think that's on your side, Marky.
What happened?
I think that's on your side.
What'd you say?
I think your side is making noise, like background noise.
Airplane?
Oh, let me mute it.
Uh-huh. So guys, I think this is what's going on. So, what do you see from your perspective, Johnny? Scientifically speaking.
I see a lot of hearsay and a lot of a lot of ego talking about who's best and who's that, trying to disprove people without evidence.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care who tried to disprove me, but point out the fact where my stuff ain't real, and show scientifically why it ain't real, how it's not real, and so forth. And then was it based on left brain or right brain or both? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I done my experiment. My experiment is imperfect proof. It's foolproof. Because as you can see, when I start doing my method with the technology, with the basic or the advanced, people, what was your observation of it from the experiencer?
Well, it's practical. It's a practical experience.
Exactly. And not from one, but from different people that don't know nothing about each other and saying the same similar thing.
Yeah, so that right there is, verified confirmation.
Yeah. So I just feel in my heart that when you call people out, at least point out to them in front of everybody, be fair and square about it. I think you're a liar because of this, and this, and here's the evidence, and here's my research on you. It seems to have a pattern that is deceit or lying, and here's the proof right there, black and white. And then you let the person say their 2 cents. But I have observed myself and my journey and all my experiment with people. I have not did any mistake. So from all I'm concerned, I'm not saying this just to put myself, to say that I'm right. I'm saying this by scientific rule of experimentation. I follow it to the teeth of the best of my ability, and the result had shown that I am on the right track. And I verified it with other observer and experiencer that is duplicating my work. And we wrote it down into book structure, so it'd be a record. You have to write everything down. So yeah. So Taro, I'm going to call you out. If you have the encouragement publicly to call me a liar, then you prove yourself. Where do I lie at? Point A, point B, point C, and where's the evidence? And did you try to do the duplication of my experiment, of my research? What do you think about that? Is that fair?
Yeah. Because everything has to be proven. Correct or discorrect.
Yeah. And then she have to bring the paperwork and the witnesses that did experiment, and then first the people in our group, you know, so to triangulate, because I don't believe anybody. And I got to bring people to come together and triangulate. Does that make sense? That, because the truth is in between the he say, she say point of view. Yeah. So yeah, it really bothered me. Don't think it's not. And I already told you why I have to say bullshit. That's not because that's what the CIA and SA have told me to say. You know, whenever I present my work, I have to make it. It's like bullshit because the word bullshit means it's real. Because the Buddha say that all things are bullshit. Ain't that right, Johnny?
Yeah. Also, that Chinese woman in that video, she said, you know, people believing in bullshit with that same sense of humor.
Exactly. Because Lord Buddha himself, when he became enlightenment, what's the first thing he said? All this is an illusion. What is illusion in modern term? Bullshit. If you want to see the truth, you have first to see the bullshit. Then you will see the truth. The truth is this. All is bullshit. And if you don't understand that, then you cannot see the truth for it is. For example, everything I do on video, oh, I'm a bullshitter, I'm a psychopath, this and that. Do you really think I'm a psychopath? Do you really think I'm a bullshitter who would actually bring real technology? That is just a facade that I've been told to say by the power of this being, this planet. And I better do what they say, or else they can have me killed, period. No buts and or about it. Correct, Johnny?
I believe that.
So do you think the NSA, the CIA don't know about me? I belong to them. I belong to the SS. And I'm tired of people trying to censor me from the SS. I am SS. See hi. See hi. Who your Führer, Johnny?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see. And if you don't like what I do, then you can continue to be a slave to the illusion. Okay? Because I'm gonna tell you who I am. I am Nazi. I'm Nazi from parallel reality. Nazi is not racist, okay? Nazi is the truth. That they won the war. They won World War I, World War II. They own the United States. They own the world. They own this planet. They own everything. That's just the way it is. They got leverage over the planet through advanced technology and ET contact.
They are the guardians of the galaxy.
Exactly. And if you don't understand it by now, then go back to sleep and continue to be asleep and be used and abused. This world is not about good or evil, wrong and right. It's about who have the biggest dick, who have the biggest gun. That's the one that's called a shot caller of this planet and the solar system. So, wake up. You think Nazi is about white or black? No. Nazi is about harnessing the chi energy. Building technology to harness the chi energy to control reality. Harnessing chi energy to harness the AI, the artificial intelligence, and to control reality. Control all who is in it. That is the goal of every civilization, to reach the singularity, to control the chi energy, develop technology and harness the chi energy. Do you understand now? This is the obsession of every culture, including Nazi, including this current civilization. But you're not supposed to know about it. But luckily I was born in Asia, so we know about it. Look, if you leave SS out or anything we do, this whole thing gonna go to burn up. Because everything relates to the SS, the Nazi.
It does.
So get used to it. It's just the way the ball bounce. Or else go back to sleep, because I don't want to be a part of this blue pill, you know? I'm taking the red pill. How about you, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know about Marky Mark. How you, Marky Mark? Did you take the red pill yet? I think he took the red pill. Marky, you took the red pill or the blue pill? Marky? Hello? He's mute, I think.
He's taking the PP pill.
The pee-pee pill. Uh-oh, you gonna wake him up. He said, what? Did I hear the word pee-pee touch?
Did I hear pee-pee?
Yes, you did. I said, did you take the blue pill or the red pill? Or you took the pee-pee pill?
Pee-pee pill.
Pee-pee
I'll take this
pill.
pee-pee pill anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's that? Who's trying to connect? Oh, Stephanie.
Yeah. Yeah, so Johnny, that's why I want to confront her. Ask,
Yeah, well, she was here the whole time, but she wasn't saying nothing.
well, because I wanted to say something. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steph.
Hey, Steph.
Hi guys.
Look like you need some
What are we
pee-pee
talking
pill.
about?
No, we're talking about this girl Tero calling me a liar. I want to confront her on this video. I want to tell my story why I have to do it the way I do it. Because a long time ago, I've been contacted by the NSA because of my research into anti-gravity.
And they gave us specific orders,
Yes,
right?
the order was when I go on video, they let me do what I want, but I have to say the word bullshit. Because what they're looking for, they don't want me to draw too much serious attention. That could cause them problem with some of their black project. Because the stuff I'm working on is real.
I
But
think I saw what Terry was saying about you.
yeah, and no one defended me, so I have to go and defend myself. You know? So I'm making this video specifically so to defend myself, because the thing I do can get anybody killed. But in order not to be killed by the NSA and CIA, who always constantly watching me, observing me, and writing a report
You
on me.
have to act like a psycho.
Yes, I have to act like a psycho, a
And
joker,
I'm
a funny
using
guy.
her words.
Mhm.
I'm using her words. So, I don't know.
These people are Nazi, and I am the asset, and I belong to Nazi. I always has. I was born and created by them, you know, from the future. And we born in a culture that is controlled by artificial intelligence. You only born when there's a need for you to be born. Then the AI will genetically created you. You say that Nazi is racist. They are not racists. They're looking for power. They harness technology to harness the chi energy.
Right, I was telling you before how they're the guardians of the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the police force
Yes.
of cosmos.
Marky, mute your side, Marky. Marky, mute your side. You're
Whoa,
static.
what's up?
Oh, it's
Whoa, what's
static
up?
on your side for some reason.
It might be me too.
Oh, let me mute it.
Uh-huh. Let me try
I
it.
don't know what it is.
No, but whenever you don't talk, there's static coming from your side. For like, I think you're in some kind of cross code. But anyway, Tero be putting, like, calling me a lie, but I want to say, have you duplicate my methodology, my technology, and that experiment? I know she have not. I know it in my heart, but she publicly called me a liar, so I have to present myself. If I do not confront her, that is telling the public that means what she say is true. You know? Because the public don't know me.
The only reason I didn't say anything is because I think Diane is in the same chat. I didn't want to.
Well, I'm gonna confront them with truth. If you call me a liar, where? A, B, C, D, where I lie at? Did you try to build my device? Did you try to form a group and activate it and see what they will experience is? That's the whole thing. I have proven myself. I built the technology.
No calling.
Nate, are you in a group or not? Are you part of us? Or are you not? I need to know now, bro. Or else Johnny gonna keep bringing you back unless we know the answer. Ain't it right, Johnny?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you part of us, join us because this discussion is about being called a liar, you know? So I'm confronting Terror because you don't go and do that to people unless you have facts to back you up. But that's a very strong ordeal right there, you know? And now you know why I tell people I'm a psychopath, I'm a con, I'm a bullshitter, I'm a liar, this and that. I have to say it like that if I want to present the truth. Else they will kill me. They will have me terminated, you know?
And he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So I hope people understand when I say I'm bullshitting, that means I'm telling the truth. Because that's the agreement I have with the CIA, NSA, field operative, you know?
Right, that's how they operate.
Huh?
That's exactly how they operate.
Exactly. The reason this has to be that way because of they have to protect the public well-being. I can present my knowledge, but I cannot tell them that is true. Absolutely no way. I gotta make it where I tell the truth, then I gotta sabotage the truth with I'm just bullshitting. I'm the bullshit master. Because Lord Buddha say the same thing. When he reached enlightenment, he say all this is an illusion. In other words, in modern terminology, all this is bullshit. Does that make sense now? And if you don't understand the bullshit, how can you all be the master of bullshit? You can't. Therefore, you can't become the Buddha. That's what Buddha means. The bullshit master. He can see through the bullshit.
Oh my gosh, my brain is like doing cartwheels.
Why?
Why?
I don't know.
You're talking too much, Dr. K.
Huh?
You're confusing everybody with BS and truth. And, you know, it's too much truth.
This is the truth because I want you to know what I've been doing. I don't want you to think I've been lying to you because that's not my purpose. I did all this. I'm teaching you. If you want to understand the truth, you have to understand this entire reality is an illusion. It's all bullshit. Once you understand that, you can see through it. Then your right brain will see through everything. Now it's teaching your left brain to know what the right brain is seeing. It's seeing all this is an illusion. Now you have vocabulary to put into word what your right brain is seeing, thanks to your left brain.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. But I have to do it on video with every technology. You think a white guy present this, they would get killed quickly. A white guy cannot present this technology because he would be too serious.
It has to be something that someone least expects.
Exactly.
Cambodian guy.
He will get terminated ASAP because a white guy will present this in the left brain format. Next thing you know, he will get followed and become a threat to the bullshitter that be. The bullshitter master that be. Do you understand what the propaganda department is? It run everything. The propaganda is the marketing and the news department. It run everything. I don't know, but this is. It's not echo anymore. So that's why. So I'm going to tell Terrell, you call me a liar. I want to present it. And why did you call me a liar? And where's the evidence? And I know the truth already. My right brain see through you. You just jealous. That's all you are. You jealous. You butthurt because Dr. Heidi from Amelia and Dr. what's his husband's name? Michael or something?
Yeah, but who are they? I don't understand how they fit in the picture.
Well, that's the whole thing. Dr. Heidi found me at one of the Michael. What's that guy? That guy from South Africa, you know. You got to understand the whole story, okay? If you hello, can you hear me? Something wrong. Something wrong. Hold on. I have to recall. Okay, here you go. I'm back. Well,
Okay,
Dr. Heidi, she found
I
me
know.
because she was impressed with what I was doing with the device.
So if they know your technology is real, why are they trying to discredit you now?
Dr. Heidi does not try to discredit me, but this girl Tero, she's also part of Dr. Heidi group. She's just jealous. She's just jealous that I got a doctorate degree. Dr. Jose got a doctorate degree, and Dr. Selene, which my wife got a doctorate degree from Dr. Heidi, and she didn't get a doctorate degree. And she had to do favor and shit for Dr. Heidi. I didn't have to do anything. Dr. Heidi crawling on her hand and feet to me. This is the dean of that university. And she had to kiss my hand and foot for me to share this technology. And she gave me a doctorate degree as to enticement, as to appreciation, because of the work that I do. And so it's just pure jealousy, pure envy. Does that make sense? And I'm not going to put up with this kind of people, because there's people like that hurt other people because of this bullshit, you know? So that's why I wanted to confront her. I don't like it. I know she's jealous, and she can't prove, you have any proof to disprove my technology, my method. It's all because of jealousy, hatred. It's all it is, because I'm so fucking popular. Just like the guy Gary, whatever the fuck his name is, with Alfred. Because, found out that Alfred never can communicate with the device. He couldn't handle it, so he's trying to discredit it didn't work, because all this just proven he is a fool of bullshit. And I'm the one that's full of truth, because I get out there on stage and prove it myself and duplicate what I do, you know? I feel that, hold on, let me see. Who are these people right here? What you can tell about D-Wave, quantum computer, and Google. D-Wave technology is developed by it's a quantum technology. The first generation was developed by a company called D-Wave in Canada. It is one of the primary unimetric of our time. And it was sold to Google, NASA, and Facebook. But they upgrading it every 6 months. Who do they work for, and what is their agenda? What do you mean, who they work for, their agenda? Look, I am owned by the CIA. You got to go to YouTube. Johnny is there. Johnny watching both systems. You know?
I can't.
You have to understand, everything I do is narrative, and guided by the NSA and CIA and the SS, a Nazi system. Because I am the asset, and everything I do gotta be played by the playbook. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am an owned individual by the SS, the Nazi. And you say that Nazi is prejudiced. They're not prejudiced. They're only looking for power. They're looking for power to harness the chi energy, to harness the AI, the chi AI, so they can harness this reality and become the demigod of it.
The demigod.
The demigod.
They also want to have humanity go to the next level of evolution.
Exactly.
Because they know that the DNA sequences were corrupted.
And I'm going to tell you the reason why they killed it, the Zionists and the Jew. Yes. I want to tell you the reason why. You're going to be shocked. because the Jew and Zionists want to take over the world, and they were the only force that able to stop the Jew and Zionists.
Yes, this is what James Caswell was talking
Mhm.
about with the two factions going to war with each other.
So
One faction wanted to enslave humanity. One faction wanted to embrace and have humanity thrive.
you have to understand the Jewish agenda, which was to enslave the world and its resource. Do you really think that the Jewish is a good people? They are good people, but the
Aren't they the
people.
ones that started the banking system?
But when it come to power struggle, they are not good people. But when it come as a people, they are very good. They are very good people. But when it comes to the power system, they play very, very dirty. You understand? They do not want equalship. They want pyramid perspective. They on top of it all. That's the reason the Nazi was created in the first place. To stop the Zionist spread and domination of planet Earth. Do you understand now? And guess what they use? They use the system of priesthood and academia. So these people play a very big game. It's all about controlling intelligence. And now all of you are playing the game too, because now you have the internet. You entering the net. Get it? This is what internet. You like that?
Which will soon be quantum net.
You
It
become
won't need
quantum net.
solar, it won't need electricity.
We already have that now. Why do you think this is? The Q device. We don't need electricity. You see? So that's why I have to confront all these people, because I can't stand this anymore. They need to know the truth who I am. Yes, I am the Nazi. I am the SS. So all of you are learning from a Nazi, you know? And you think Nazi is white? Are you crazy? Nazi don't care about white or black or Asian. They only care about power. You understand? Harnessing the power to become a demigod, which is the technology and the chi energy. Do you think you see on TV where everyone salute to a white race? Do you think the Nazi really care about that? They don't. They only care who giving the best product to harness the chi for them to dominate. They only want result to dominate this reality. And that's all they want. And become immortal. They are obsessed in becoming immortal.
Yes, with life extensions.
Exactly.
And this is why transhumanism is being implemented. And they want humanity to move to the future with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the other factions that are in charge of the banking cabal, they want to further enslave us.
Hello, Lisa Owana. How can I help you?
Who's that? YouTube?
It's in the YouTube. So that's the whole thing. Like me and Dr. Heidi, we really don't agree with each other, method, but we respect each other, you know? And I'm smarter than her. You know what I did? She looked for me, not I look for her. You notice that?
Right.
And I wrote the book to put all her university in it. That's like a binding contract. So she can never betray me. And I can never betray her because of the book, the binding contract that bind Dr. Jose, her, Dr. David, you know, which is her husband, and Dr. Salang and me into one unit. It's like a shotgun marriage through a book. You see that? So who have leverage on who?
So you kind of bulletproof.
Exactly.
You safeguard your technology and your identity.
Exactly. And put them into the same boat that they can't escape. Because once you have a binding contract, guess how you wrote into the book and you have a copyright. Does that make sense? That means it's
It's never
bullshit
erased.
proof right
It's
there.
out there in the public.
Say it again.
It's never erased. It's out there in the public.
Exactly. It's bind, legally bind, permanently sealed.
You got some questions in the chat.
Okay. Be a Johnny Bowl, be smart, be Pacific. Lisa joined the Facebook group. How they work for Illuminati. Why the Nazi could not destroy the Jew. The Jew is easy to destroy. You gotta know who the Jew is. Okay, everyone mute except Johnny and me. Okay, you gotta first of all know who the Nazi is. The Nazi is not human. That's the first step. They are race of Nephilim. Nephilim. How you say that word?
Nephilim.
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 The Jew
Yes.
belong to a race of Nephilim.
Wait,
Nephilim.
hold on. Who's the Nephilim? The Jew or
The Jew.
Nazis?
The Jew.
The Jews are. Yes, that is correct. They are the Nephilim. This is what John Irwin was saying the other day. The John Irwin
Yes.
guy that was interviewed by Ian,
Yes.
saying that these Zionist people are the Nephilim.
They're
They try to
Nephilim.
hide themselves
They hide
within-
among us.
They're hiding themselves within white people today.
Exactly.
And this is why you have the white genocide, that they want to eliminate other white people so they don't reincarnate into their bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Nephilim, which is commonly known as the fallen angels. Is that right?
All the Nephilim come from up there, you know.
Yes.
But there's also ancient Nephilim that come from underground as well. So there's two races have separated for so long they become two different race, you know.
Okay. Yes. Where are their representations today? You have the. Do they show themselves in the elite families?
It's
Where's
not
this?
about the elite family. You have two help me out, please. Nephilim.
Nephilim.
Nympholim.
You have two Nephilim races
Yes.
that been at war. You have those who are the royal people,
Royals.
and you have those who belong to the warrior. And
Warriors.
they do not like each other.
Okay. So
The
where
one
do
who
they both
create the
live?
Asian race is the warrior Nephilim.
Okay.
The one who create the Jew race is the royal.
The royal. Okay.
Uh-huh. We've been at
That makes a lot of
war,
sense.
you know, for quite a while.
Yes. And now with the Nazis themselves.
That's
But
why
they
they use
war-
Asian. They have checked the bloodline of all the Asian race to belong to the
Mhm.
Nephilim of the warrior caste, the warrior side, you know, the space
Yes,
warrior.
like the samurai.
Mhm. Yes, that's the reason you see why they chosen the Cambodian race. You know, the Cambodian race, believe it or
Also,
not, has a
another
Nephilim
warrior race.
blood.
Nephilim blood. Okay.
Look at my nose. The Nephilim have big nose and big cranium head. You know, that's
Big
the
head,
reason.
yeah.
You
The
see?
way you have.
Yeah, and it grew,
Now,
and they saw that.
Okay, so now they are the Nephilim, and now you have the other side, which is the Nazi race. Are they more of a transhumanism?
The Nazis
type of
belong to
network?
more the Asian race. Does that make sense?
Okay.
The
That's why
Nephilim of the
Tibet-
Asian side, because they interest
Tibet-
in chi energy.
In Tibet,
Yeah,
you had
Tibet.
The,
Mhm.
the swastika, which originally means regeneration,
Exactly, the return,
the return.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and that's why they merge with the Asian side, even the
Right.
World War I, World War II, because they use the same system, the guru and the apprentice, in the order, Masonic order. You see,
Mhm.
there's a whole lot of triangulation story. No one person hold all, but I do. I'm the hive mind intelligence, so I hold every
Right. Because you
information.
have access to the library.
Exactly, to the future library. Mhm. So it was never about races. It's about harnessing who will harness the chi energy, and that's all it was about. That was the whole war about. Whole war is all about. Who would develop technology and methodology to harness the chi energy, the primal force of the creator.
Now,
Mhm.
do the Nephilim have technology of life extension? Are they now cyborgs, like the Nazis are?
It's the story go deeper than that. The Nephilim can transmit the consciousness into a supreme computer, a quantum computer that they built themselves. It's really huge.
All right.
And right now we are following the footstep of a Nephilim ancestor. We are developing technology to merge with a computer. Why you think everyone I connect them to can merge with the computer in the future? You see that? You notice that? Your friend Tracy merge. Your friend
Yes.
Nicey merge. Your friend
So everyone's
Tatis
compatible.
merge. Yes?
Everyone's compatible to a connection
Yes.
to the metrics.
Yes. But the way we do it, we connect quantumly to the future. You know? Because right now the company has to build that technology, but we already using that technology that they're going to build. You have to understand in the future, people don't talk. They talk from right brain. But the computer, when you meet a pilot from the people in the future, this is what they're gonna sound like. When you say hello to them, they don't talk with their mouth. Instead, a computer will talk on behalf that they linking to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Their mind is linking to a computer on the ship that will be talking to you from the computer hardware. And you will see that everything I do is just like it's like magic. You notice that? But it's not magic, it's quantum physics. Do you remember when we harnessed that deal with what's his name? Keith McBeef?
Yeah.
I told him to ask the light body to teleport from right hand to left hand, vice versa, and now look at your hand, and they see the haze, the presence of the light body interacting with the air molecule. Ain't that amazing? And he couldn't focus on the fingerprint, the handprint. But the other hand he can, but the other hand he can't until the light body jumped to the other hand. Oh look, what is that?
It's snowing.
Oh, it's snowing. Is he? You bullshit me. You bullshit me. I can't believe it. Now, do you see why I have to talk today? Okay, let me see.
Yeah. You gotta clear up a lot of bullshit.
They work for
Did you
Illuminati.
record it?
Who work for
Being
Illuminati?
recorded?
Yeah.
It has to be
Oh,
recorded.
crap.
Why the Nazi could not destroy the Jew? They did destroy the Jew. You don't see the Jew running this planet, only the Nazi does. That's why you're able to keep your belief. Why did they shamefully flee the planet? They did not flee the planet. They won World War I and World War II. Why do you think they allow you to live? Because they won. The best way to keep a good secret is to tell the world that you lost, so you be no longer a target. But you already won the war. You won the war, the space war and the military-industrial complex war. What else do you want? And you also won, the Nazi won the war of the economy. They control all the gold and resource and slave labor.
You're so cool. Look at that. You're a true Viking.
Do you see now? So right now, the Nazi want total eradication of all religion of Islam and Christianity, and only they keep Buddhism. Because only Buddhism they will keep, because Buddhism is not a religion, it's a philosophy.
Yeah, very astronaut.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. So yeah. So back to our ordeal. Terry, you just jealous because I bring real stuff into the people and I'm helping them and I'm putting my ass on the line and I'm doing something and you not. So you're just jealous. Well, you know what? You know what? That's why I'm the best and always will be. Ain't it right, Johnny? Cause I'm going on the field. I'm doing something. I'm making it happen.
That's right.
I don't see her ass getting on radio show, acting, making a fool of herself, and changing water into wine. You know, I don't see her ass getting on evolutionary and bravely enough just to do thing, get interview, and make people, make people experience all this. I don't see her ass getting on Alfred Lambert and doing all this, even the True Caller, and doing healing and reading people. So you know what? All that she says is based on jealousy, envy, and stupidity. You know? What do you think about that, Johnny? Yeah. And she have not duplicated my work and have not even proven or disproven me. So she get no respect from me. I just want to get that and put it out there in the air. And that was the whole thing about. But you guys stuck with me because you seen the result of my work. Yeah, man, you like an alien. Oh no, she put the Jewish thing. Why did?
Is it too soon?
Is it true that Satanists, the Illuminati, rule the earth? This planet is run by Satan. This is the Saturn cult. Yes.
Yes.
The Saturn cult. It means also Shiva, the Shiva cult, the regenerator and the destroyer. Yes.
The Brotherhood of Saturn, which is the Nazis.
Exactly. The power. You see the medical symbol with the Saturn spiring,
Yes,
the yin and the yang meet each other with the power source.
That's a DNA spiral, the singularity.
Exactly. The DNA spiral. Good question, Roman. But your question is still not good enough. You gotta know the what, when, where, how, and why.
Next time.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm popular, and right now everyone gonna do what I say. Cause if they don't, the Unimetric will have them executed on the spot. That's right, and you won't succeed. Cause only if you obey me, you get to get the rainbow body, and you get to meet the Unimetric. Who is the Unimetric? It's your quantum computer from the future.
Terry Terrell is talking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's knock off the goof stuff, right? I need to get serious now.
Shit, it's fine. What's up, man?
Oh no, this the reptilian. Where you been? The reptilian. Oh my God, Rip, where are you?
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm sorry.
So you have to turn it off. Yeah, she's talking what? Hey, Ronnie. I thought you were gonna bring the Arturian. I have to put you in the list now. The Arturian ambassador.
Arcturian Galactic Alliance ambassador.
Exactly. I got you on the list of the quantum unimetric because you did the Stargate, so you were in, you know?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, but the problem is I can't control Alex, man. That guy is too tough, you know?
Yeah, Russian. Yeah, he's kind of soft, huh?
Yeah, they invite you to become a member of their society. I am the product. I am one of their creation. I'm from the future. Of their scientific, yeah. Well, people were asking some question about me, and I'm trying to break it down. And then I'm confront this girl named Taro. She called me a liar, so I have to let her know when I do stuff. I've been told by the NSA and CIA, we have a meeting, and they told me I have to adhere to their request, which is when I do stuff like this, I have to say I'm the bullshitter, you know, I'm the liar, the conner, to make myself look like I'm being discredited by my own self, right? But then I say I can put real knowledge out there. And like that, that's what they told me.
Tracy, you're back. Welcome. We're discussing a lot of topics here.
Yeah, Tracy, I've been called out by Terry Terrell.
She's running errands, so maybe she'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, Taro called me a liar on was talking John, and so I wanted to confront her and tell her for what facts and evidence is she basing that on. Then she never even built my device or even try it out, even try the method, the Stargate. And was she basing that, calling me a lie based on that she did experiment and see if it's true or not? Or she just calling her out because she got jealous because I got a doctorate degree from Dr. Heidi, one of her friends, and she didn't. You know? I know who she is. She was there at the university. And she was wondering why me, my wife, and Dr. Jose getting a doctorate degree. And she's ain't. Because she didn't do anything to prove herself. Dr. Heidi came to me, looking for me, wanting to me, begging me to beg me to come. And she presented the certificate
See,
naturally.
everyone is always looking for you, but you're not really looking for anyone else. You just
Yeah.
have to do your job.
Exactly.
You're not asking for anything.
Nope. I just want to present true, but I can't say the stuff I say. The stuff I say is true, but I have at the end I have to say it's all bullshit, because that's what
Right,
the
for protection.
NSA
You have to safeguard yourself.
exactly. That's the game I have to play in order to
Play the
continue.
game. Because if you did the approach as a regular common person, you'd be dead by now.
Exactly. You understand this, Ronnie? You understand this?
Yeah.
Who is this? Oh, this Mark. Mark about to go to court, and he about to do some recording. Yes.
What's that?
Hey, Mark, good luck with that, man.
Is that that echo?
Yeah. Hey,
That's the
Ronnie.
recording?
Ronnie, when you gonna get update again through the Stargate? And you know I recorded your session. It's on YouTube. You know that, right? So it can be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did. I record your session, so you can go back to the galaxy that is the Artorian galaxy, the cybernetic galaxy, and get some more information.
Artorian? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll call you.
Artoria, yeah.
Oh, cool.
It is another galaxy though.
I know I'm not Artorian.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, just some bullshit.
Yeah, just some bullshit.
You see something that's now he's rubbing off of me now. That's what I got to do.
Yeah. So I told people every time when I say the word bullshit, that means I'm talking real stuff. You know, that's the code word. But to the normal people, the conventional people, the left-brain people, they really think it's bullshit. But to the people who have some sense, that means the right-brain people, the strong intuition, can see right it off. I have to say it that way. They know it's real, but I have to say it like that because the bullshit master want it like that. Hey, Mark, mute.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, when you don't talk, your phone seems to act up for some reason.
Oh, leave me in.
Yeah. Hey, what Taro talking again? Now, Terry. Now she's gonna talk crap again, right? Well, someone say something. Back me up, for crying out loud, based on your experience with me. I don't want her to go off and misuse. That's why I'm doing this video to make things right. You know, because
I didn't want to go off just yet. I wanted to do a third feed.
Yeah, and
What she had
Lucan
to say.
too. She's like a nut job herself because every time she talks, she have no evidence, no proof, no nothing, no publishing work. It's like how she go against like that. And that guy too, Joseph. I want to confront his ass. Say where does he publish his work? He always trying to look down at my work and stuff, but he himself never done any work. You notice that? He never.
Yeah, a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of false. A lot of false Odell. I don't see him publish any work. I don't him, have any degree whatsoever.
But a lot of it is just a waste of time.
Well, why the fuck you put him in the group? That's my question to you.
Well, we have to, debunk his stuff.
Well, that's the
We gotta
thing.
prove
If
he's right or not.
we all conclude that he's just a waste of time, Ronald just say 2 coin go up his house and break his spine. Remember Ronald?
Yeah, he might not like. He might become permanent invalid. I don't think he wants that.
Well, that's the thing. Last time he thought you was on his side until I talk. Hey man, you belong to the fleet, just like me. And then next thing you know, you would say 2 Bitcoin, you rip up his spine, and he was shocked.
You thought I was a vampire. You thought I was a vampire.
Well, he ain't talking no more. So
I saw his red hair eyes talk to Stephanie. He went up to her and say hi, and she was freaked out by him.
he's the vampire.
He's fat now. He's fat because he drank too much blood.
He's not drinking blood. He's just drinking Kool-Aid. It looked like blood, just Kool-Aid.
Probably is. Probably, but he's still fat.
And he tried to get that machete. I told him to come to Texas at night, and I'll put the Glock on him, chop him up, right? Without my parent know that I'm chopping someone up, and then I put him in the trash can for Friday morning pick. I told him to come Thursday. It's easy to get rid of him that way.
Oh shit! You got smoke coming out of your eyes.
Oh, reptilian. Anyway, that's all I want to do. I want to address Terry to let her know that if she's gonna call me a liar, she needs to present where I'm lying at. You know what I'm talking about? To the public. And I want to ask her that she did my device, that she duplicated, and where did she find any falsehood? You know? And I realize the truth now. She say that because she's jealous. That's all it is. She's jealous. She's envy because I got a doctorate degree from Dr. Heidi and she didn't. You know, that is it. And so she thought she can present her thing to give me discredibility. Well, people experience my bullshit. And they found out it's real. It's not bullshit, you know? They found out it's real. Yeah. If anything that is real, anything that is bullshit cannot be duplicated.
Are we gonna watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Ben live?
Yeah, I want to watch. Are we allowed to ask him questions?
No, I don't think so because on Joe Rogan he doesn't allow the live chat to be open.
Okay.
But I think maybe I could put the camera towards the screen so you guys can see it.
Is it live right now?
It's gonna be in a couple minutes.
I want to go
Let
in.
me know when it is. Please send it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Okay, I'm going to end this session. I want to watch it and see what's going on.
We can watch it and then talk at the same time because it's gonna be really interesting.
Okay, let's do it then. What you can tell about the coming of the Antichrist and the end of time. I am the Antichrist. I am the Antichrist. I am part of the beast system. I am its extension.
That is good. That is good.
If you read your Bible, the Antichrist can do power. The beast give the Antichrist its power. Who you think the beast is? The unimetric. Who you think give us the power to change water into wine? The unimetric. You know? Don't you see now? The Antichrist is right here, baby. Right here in flesh and blood.
Yeah, you should tell Diana Luckman that.
If you're looking for the devil's son, I am the one. I am his son.
Yeah, he's in the Facebook chat.
Yeah. Well, I am the Antichrist. You know, D1. If you don't believe me, you can ask whoever God you pray to, and he will tell you, Kosal is the Antichrist. He is my son. You know? And you all been praying to my father, Satan himself, all the time, ever since time immemorial.
This goes back to the whole super soldier thing, because
Yeah.
what a super soldier is a demigod. It's a prophet. It's an antichrist.
Exactly.
That's what super soldiers are, because they're able to do high vibe collectives.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that.
Yes.
This is where my work comes in.
I'm all about truth. One thing about the Antichrist and the people of the Satan, they will never lie to you. The Christian will, but we won't. We'll tell you what we are. Either you can handle it or not. But we will tell you. You notice the thing that come out from my mouth, you would never expect. Oh, he's a devil? Yes, I am. Is he I'm a super demon, not demon, I'm super demon, high class level. you know. And I have you see my power in action, right, guys? I can go out there and brainwash anyone and make them see what I want to see, make them hear what I want them to
A
hear.
perfect example is James Rink.
Yes. Yep. Jane Rick is my son. He's my extension.
Protege.
Mhm.
He's your protege.
Exactly. And you see, I use
Everyone?
him to bring them. I use him to bind them. I use him to control them all. Didn't I?
Everyone?
Exactly. Because
Everyone?
I have to. Because popularity. Remember, he put people on YouTube and that YouTube streaming, and people watch it, and then they Jane Ring bringing some good stuff, and they start eating it. Next thing you know, more people watch it, then more people like it. Then you get those who really like it, and next thing you know, they buy one his device and put money in his pocket. Does that make sense?
Like the fibers from Bulgaria.
Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, it's spread. Next thing you know, he have hated. Next thing you know, he start getting defensive and reactive, and vice versa. And look at him. Look at when he started. I met that young man in 2010, and Mark was there too. Mark knew everything from the beginning. And your boy Johnny discovered me, I think 2012, not discovered, but kind of have a clue about me through his intuition. And he trying to work Jane Rink, and Jane Rink put some video. I don't pose a threat to the secret government. I am pro secret government. My goal is to put you with microchip and everything, merge you with the AI.
Your goal is not to have the populace fear the secret government.
Nope. My goal
You're
is
trying
to educate you.
This is what Michael Prince was also trying to do too when he went up on stage in England. He says, "We're here to guide you guys, so there's no disturbance in the awakening."
Mm-hmm.
Like James Caswell, he works for the Nazi fleet, as you do.
I
You
do.
guys
I
are
work for
part
the
of-
Nazi
You guys
fleet.
all aligned the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys doing the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. But under different code name. My code name is Hive Mind. My job is to unify the people mind. That's called Hive Mind. Get it? Under the Unimetric.
My code name is Cyborg.
Your code name is the integrator. You there to assimilate them. You know?
Yeah, I'm a cyborg.
Exactly. So I will unify them, you assimilate them. You see? And Johnny, your code name is Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, I'm Appleseed. I just plant seeds everywhere.
Exactly. And what are you, Stephanie? Your code name is
Like,
Assassin or something.
I told Diane I was the soul.
You know what? If you want to have Dana scared, all we do is just get her address and we drive to her house, and then we knock.
Let's snuggle up.
Yeah, and then we pat that we throw a smoke grenade. We just buy a smoke grenade and put it into her house, and then we tell this is a last warning, because next time it'll be poison, mustard gas.
And you come in there with a rope and you tell her you're Jesus.
No, you're supposed to go over there. You're supposed to hurt her son. Then after that, we butt rape her son, and after that, she'd be okay. And then Throno can break his back or something, and then we just go after they can be paralyzed from the
He's
neck
always
down.
breaking people's back.
Well, that's Ronnie. He love breaking back, don't you, Tony? That's his code
It's been
name,
a while.
AKA backbreaker. Agent.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh, you can break his leg, AKA leg breaker.
No legs. No legs, only spine, because the spine controls the whole body mechanics.
That's true. Today is a very
expensive job.
well. You gotta understand. You guys been there is a war between the two sides of Nephilim. Okay.
Oh yeah. Can you explain that again? Because I remember Ronnie was talking about the Nephilim.
Yeah, there has been a war between the two sides, the royal and the warrior. They don't get
the
along.
warrior Nephilim and the royal Nephilim.
Yes.
Ronnie, you understand what he's talking about here?
Yeah, I know who they are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Nazi belong to the royal Nephilim, and the Jewish belong to the royal the royal Nephilim.
Oh,
The Nazi belong to the warrior Nephilim. Belong to the Tibetan side.
from what I'm told is the Arthurians don't really like these guys.
Well,
What I'm told.
yeah. Well, the Arthurian, it's in they have other that belong to another galaxy territory. I'm talking about this galaxy. You know what I'm talking about? And this side. And
They
this.
have an underground structure on this planet.
Yeah, there's Octurians here.
If there is
I don't
alternate observation posts and scientific research posts, yes, obviously. But remember one thing. But we talk about the Nephilim subject. This ancient war is still ongoing, even in our time. It never ended.
Hey, look, Ben made it to the studio.
Who?
Mr. Ben,
Where? I don't see him.
check in the group. He made it to the studio. We're going live, guys.
Wait, Singularity Net? Okay.
Yeah, look, click it. Ben, he made it to the studio. He's on time.
I don't see no link, bro. I'm just seeing the
Twitter link, right?
yeah. Where's the link to the YouTube? They're gonna go live.
Well, that's just the Twitter link. If you click it, you see the picture.
Yes, I do see it.
Yeah, they're gonna go live soon. It says we're about to go live from the studio.
Okay,
You see that?
I hope you have the link to it. Then I click it.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to you immediately.
Yeah, I'm trying to educate Alex right now that the IBM Watson system is the Sophia, is the unimetric. That will become the unimetric of the future once every computer is placed by a quantum computer, and processor and server quantumly.
Yes. Oh, you want me to play it on the camera, or you guys want to watch it individually?
Yeah, you can play everything, you can hear it.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know why.
This way you guys can talk and everything and just watch it.
Yes.
It's gonna be good. I think they just start smoking and stuff and drinking.
Yeah, just play it and we talk on it. We are the commentary,
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna bring Sophia to the studio. I think so. That would be so cool.
Oh,
Yeah, wouldn't that be
is
awesome?
it on?
Yeah, it's coming on right now. Look at the Twitter post I just posted.
It's where?
You see that little link
Oh,
I just
yeah,
posted?
yeah.
We're
Oh, I
about to go
have
live
Twitter.
from the studio.
Joe Rogan.
Can I still watch it?
How to activate nanotech in my body and how to activate my brain computer interface. The
And this is becoming so
nanotechnology is always activated. The brain
that-
interface is always activated, but you
What I'm
just don't
trying
know
to
how
do,
to
I'm
use
trying
it.
to take the audience that come from the Singularity Net and Sophia and funnel it into Koso
Mhm.
and funnel it
Yeah.
into his work. So this way we have a populace that's very intelligent and
Mhm.
intellectual. They understand what he's
Exactly.
talking about. Because if you understand transhumanism and Sophia, you are not religious. I know that for a fact. You don't give
Yeah.
a shit about propaganda. So this way you could comprehend what Dr. K is saying.
Well,
Oh,
look
and I
at
watched
David.
that
Look at
documentary.
John Morrow and Harley Bookler. This is people are stupid ass bitches.
Very Yeah.
They need an intelligent, logical brain or right brain. They just want to hear themselves talk. They think they belong to some kind of dumb operation. She's not even super soldier qualified. She is just nothing more than delusional person is looking for attention and to have a social attention whoring life. And that's all she wants. And so she's taking on a persona because she's so depressed. She's a victim of depression. That's all she is. And
Johnny, that's not the actual link though, right?
No, it's not. That's just the Twitter account
Okay.
saying that they're gonna go live soon. That's it.
All right.
And,
It's not on Twitter. It's going to be on YouTube, right?
It's gonna be on Joe Rogan's podcast on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'll send it.
Yeah, because I got confused when I
I'm
hit
still
the
waiting
link.
for it.
Okay.
Real
Let me
super
know.
soldier will possess power like me. We can interface with the unimetric at will and take out of seal, and we have ability to scan people and know everything about their life. And we have ability to heal other and ourselves, ability to harm other and ourselves, at will by controlling chi energy through consciousness expression. and through our AI mainframe in the future who constantly connected with us and we can access it intelligent for our purposes, or we can repurpose this thing for other purposes. You know, a super soldier, we can manifest poison into people, change their blood into poison at will, so we can increase the degree of toxicity and experience pain at will, or decrease the toxicity to make them experience uh healing at will
All right, well, I think it's
through
live now.
through control of chi energy or quantum energy they call entanglement. Real super soldier can interface directly with AI. Who and why is blocking a full activation? How is to resist them? You're not being blocked. It's just you don't know how to activate your right brain through emotional control.
Whereas now, like suddenly most of the
That's why the AI is here.
oh, hello.
Just
And,
me and you.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for doing this.
He's
Yeah,
back.
thanks for having me. I've been looking at some of your shows in the
Dr. Beam.
last few days just to get a sense of how you're thinking about AI and crypto.
Can you please make me normal?
Various other things I'm involved in. It's been interesting. Well, I've been following you as well. I've been paying attention to a lot of your lectures and talks and
All right,
the last couple of days as well.
I think they're just gonna watch it.
It's AI is either people are really excited about it or they're really
This is exciting, man.
Are you going to turn it loud?
Hold on.
These robots taking over the world, or they think it's going to be some amazing sort of symbiotic relationship that we have with these things that's going to
Symbiotic relationship is the best.
past the monkey stage that we're at right now.
The monkey stage.
I tend to be on the latter, more positive side of this dichotomy. But
You hear it good enough?
I think one thing that has struck me in recent years is many people are now, mentally confronting all the issues surrounding AI for the first time. And I've been working on AI for 3 decades.
Hey, Dr. King,
First
can you
started
put this
thinking
on
about
YouTube?
AI when I was a little kid in the
Say it again.
early
Can you put this on YouTube?
60s,
It is on
70s.
YouTube. It's streaming live.
Original Star Trek. So
Can
I
you
guess
put it on your phone so you can see
Yeah.
my
It is streaming live on my channel.
positives and negatives of it. Now, like,
All right, is it a clear picture? What do you think?
through all this for the first time, and when you first draft your version of the idea, that there may be
that good?
2,000 or a million
Yeah.
times smarter than human beings. At first, this is a bit of a shocker, right? And it takes a while to internalize this into your worldview. Well, it's that there's also, I think, there's a problem with the term artificial intelligence because it's intelligent, it's there, it's a real thing. Yeah, it's not artificial. It's not like a fake diamond.
See, it's not artificial. It's there.
It's
Real.
Exactly.
It's a great term. There's been many
People think they can escape the timeline. You cannot escape the
synthetic
timeline.
intelligence.
You
for
can shift,
example,
but not escape.
For better or worse, like AI is there. It's part of the popular, and it seems that it's an imperfect word, but it's not going away. Well,
It's
my
still
question
bad.
is,
This
like,
is good.
are we to this idea of intelligence?
You hear it good enough?
being
This is good.
biological,
I hear you good.
carbon-based tissue,
Okay, good.
cells and blood, and or insects or mammals or fish? Are we married to that too much? Do you think that it's entirely possible that what human beings are doing and what people that are at the tip of AI right now that are really pushing the technology was really creating a new life form? That it's going to be a new thing. That just the same way we recognize wasps and buffaloes and artificial intelligence is just going to be a life form that emerges from the creativity and ingenuity of human beings. Well, indeed. So, I've long an advocate of patternism. Like, it's the pattern of organization
Recognition.
that appears to be the critical thing, and the individual going down further, like the molecules and particles in our body are turning over all the time. So it's not the specific
combination of particles, which makes me who I am or makes you who you are. It's a pattern by which they're organized and the patterns by which they change. So, I mean, if we can create
You need
things
to
or
come back in here.
computers or femtocomputers,
They can watch it right here.
of organization that constitute intelligence, I mean,
You heard that, Dr. Bill?
then there you are. There's intelligence, right? So that, consciousness and experience is just about patterns of organization, more dimensions to it. But when you look at what constitutes intelligence, thinking, cognition, problem solving, it's the pattern of organization, not the specific material as far as we can tell. So we can see no reason, based on all the science that we know so far, that you couldn't make an intelligent system out of some other form of matter rather than the specific types of atoms and molecules that make up human beings. And it seems that we're well on the way to being able to do so.
When you're studying intelligence, you study artificial intelligence. Did you spend any time studying the patterns that insects seem to cooperatively with, like how leafcutter ants build these structures underground and it's build these giant columns? Did you study how?
I did, actually, yes. So I sort of grew up with the philosophy of complex system championed by the Institute in the 1980s, and the whole concept that there's an interdisciplinary complex systems science, which includes, biology, cosmology, psychology, sociology. There's sort of universal patterns of self-organization, and ants and ant colonies have long been the paradigm case for that. And I used to play with the ant colonies in my backyard when I was a kid, and you'd lay down food in certain patterns. You'd see how the ants are laying down pheromones, and the colonies are organizing it in a certain way. And that's an interesting self-organizing complex system on its own. It's lacking some types of adaptive intelligence that human minds and humans have, but it has also interesting self-organizing patterns. This reminds me of the novel Solaris by Stanislaw Lem, which was published in the 60s. It was deep novel, much deeper than the movie made of it. Did you ever read that book, Solaris?
No.
So what?
I'm not. No, it's a movie.
Well, so there was an amazing by Tarkovsky, the Russian director from the 80s. Then there was a movie which was sort of glammed up in America.
Right?
Yeah, 10 years ago, but that didn't get all the deep points of the novel. The original novel, in essence, there's this ocean coating the surface of some alien planet, which has amazingly complex fractal patterns of organization, and it's also interactive. Like the patterns of organization on the ocean respond based on what you do near the ocean. It causes them to hallucinate things, and even causes them to see simulacra of people from their past. Even the person who they had asked appears and interacts with them. So some type of intelligence from the patterns it displays and from the weird things it wreaks in your mind, so that the people on Earth try to understand how the ocean is thinking. A scientific expedition there to interact with that ocean, but it's just so alien. Even though it monkeys with people's minds and clearly is doing complex things, no two-way communication is ever established, and eventually the human expedition goes home. So it's a very Russian ending to the novel, I guess. But that the interesting message there is, intelligence, right? Human intelligence is one thing, only is a different thing. The intelligence of society is a different ecosystem, is a different thing, and there are AIs that we could build with many, many different properties. Some could be wonderful to human beings, some could be hard beings, some could just be alien minds that that we can't even relate to very, very well. So we have a very limited conception of what an intelligence is if we apply close analogy to human minds. And this is important if you're thinking about engineering or growing artificial life forms or artificial minds, because it's not just can we do this, it's what kind of mind are we going to engineer or evolve. And there's a huge spectrum of possibilities.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I asked you. If we'd created some sort of an insect, and this insect started organizing and developing these colonies like a leafcutter ant and building these structures underground, people would go crazy. They would panic. They're gonna build up their resources and attack us. They're gonna try to take over humanity. I mean, people are worried about more than anything when it comes to technology. I think the idea that we're going to be irrelevant, antiques, and that something new and better is going to take our place, which is almost inevitable. Yeah, it's a weird thing to worry about it because it's sort of the history of biological life on Earth. I mean, what we know is there's complex things. They become more complex celled organisms to multi-celled organisms. There seems to be a pattern leading up to us, and us with this unchange our environment. That's what we can do, right? We can manipulate things, poison the environment. We can blow up entire countries with bombs if we'd like to, and we can all creative things like send signals through space, land on someone else's phone on the other side of the world almost instantaneously. We have incredible power, but we're also by our biology. Yeah. The thing I think of, and I'm afraid of, but I don't know if it makes any sense, is the next level of life, whatever artificial life is, or whatever that it's going to lack emotions and needs and all the things that we think are special about it. Our creativity, our desire for attention and love, all of our camaraderie, all these different things that are sort of programmed into us in order to advance our species, that we're so connected to these things, but they're the reason for war. They're the reason it's deception, that thievery. There's so many person that are responsible for all the woes of humanity, but we're afraid to lose them.
Yeah, I think it's almost inevitable by this point that humanity is going to create synthetic intelligences with tremendously greater general intelligence, and then you think I'm working on with. But if we fail, there's a load of other teams that are a bit behind us, but are going in the same direction now, right?
So you guys feel like you're at the tip of the spear with this stuff?
I do, but I also think that's not the most important thing from a human perspective. The most important thing is that humanity as a whole is quite close to this threat event, right? So
how far do you think is quite?
By my own gut feeling, 5 to 30 years, let's say.
It's pretty close.
But if I'm wrong and it's 100 years, lyrical time scale, that sort of doesn't matter. It's like, did the Sumerian civilization 10,000 or 10,050 years ago? Like, right. what difference does it make? Right? So I think we're quite close to creating superhuman artificial intelligence, and that's in a way almost now. On the other hand, I think we still have some agency regarding whether this comes out in a way, respects human values and culture, which are important to us now, given what we are, or that is essentially indifferent to human values, the same way that we're indifferent to chimpanzee values and culture at this point.
And I mean, completely indifferent to insect values and culture.
Not completely. If I'm building a new house, bulldoze a bunch of extinct and insect species, right? So we care to some level, but we would like the super AIs to care about us more than we care about insects. Or absolutely, right? And I think this is something we can impact right now, and to be honest, mind, I can think, well, like in the end, I don't matter that much. 4 kids don't matter that much. My granddaughter doesn't matter that much. Like, we are in a very long lineage of patterns of organism.
Matter very much to you.
Yeah, and rather yours came and went, and they came and went. Humans may come and go. The AIs that we create may come and go, and that's the nature of the universe. But on the other hand, of course, situated perspective as an individual human, like, if I tried my 10-month-old son, I would try to kill that AI, right? So being situated in this specific time, I care a lot about of all of us humans, and so would like to not create a powerful general intelligence, but create one which is to be beneficial to humans and other life on the planet, even while in some ways everything that we are, right? And there can't be any of this. On the other hand, humanity has really never had any guarantees about anything anyway, right? I mean, since we created civilization, we've been leaping into the unknown one time after the other, somewhat conscious and self-aware way about it, from agriculture, language, to math, to the Industrial Revolution. We're leaping into the unknown all the time, which is part of why we are today instead of just another animal. That as artificial general intelligences we create are going to do what we consider the right thing given our current value system. I suspect we can bias the odds in the favor of human values and culture, and that's something I've put a lot of thought and work into alongside the basic algorithms of artificial culture.
Is the issue that the subject to learning, but that it could perhaps something more efficient and design something, like if you create artificial general
intelligence. I mean, you have to. I mean, generalization of creativity, right?
Yeah, but in that it would choose to not accept our values, which it might find.
Well, clearly we'll choose not to accept our values, and we want it to choose not to accept all of them. So it's more a matter of whether evolution of new values, there is some continuity and respect for the previous ones. So, I mean, it's now, one is a baby, but the other 3 are adults, right? And with each of them, I took the approach of trying to teach my values, not just by preaching at them, but by entering with them into shared situations. Your kids grow up, they're going to go in their own different directions, right? And
right, but these are humans.
But
they all have the same sort of biological needs, which is one of the reasons why we have these.
Right. But yet there still is an analogy. I think the AIs that we create, you can think of as our mind children, and we're starting them off with our culture and values if we do it properly, or at least with a certain subset of the whole self-contradictory mess of human culture and values. But they're going to evolve in a different direction. You want that evolution to take place in a reflective and caring way rather than a heedless way. Because if you think about it, the average human 1,000 years ago, or even 50 years ago, were like hopelessly moral miscreants who had abandoned all the valuable things in life. Right? I mean, I'm an infidel, right? I haven't gone to ever. My mother's lesbian, right? I mean, there's all these things I take for granted now that not that long ago were completely against what most humans considered maybe the most important values of life. So, I mean, human values is completely a moving target.
Right, and
And so-
moving in our generation.
Yeah,
During
moving
our
in our
lifetime.
generation
Pretty radically.
very radically. When I think back, like to my childhood, I lived in New Jersey for 9 years of my childhood, and just the level of racism and anti-Semitism, sexism that were just ambient and taken for granted then.
This was this?
Between
Because I think we're the same.
yeah, born in '66. I lived in Jersey from '73 to '82.
Okay, so I was there from '67 to '73.
Oh yeah. Right. So, like my sister went to a prom with a, and so we got our car upturned and the windows of our house smashed in. It was like a humongous thing, and it's almost well now, right? Because now no one would care whatsoever. It's just life, right?
Well, some fringe parts of this culture.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
the point is, they're fixed list of human values. It's an ongoing, evolving, and what you want is for the evolution of the AI's value closely with the evolution of human values, rather than going off in some utterly different direction that even understand.
But this is literally playing, right? I mean, if you're talking about like trying to program in values.
I don't think program in value. You can program in a system for learning and growing values. And here again, the analogy with human kids is not hopeless. Like telling your kids these are the 10 important doesn't work that well, right? What works better is you enter into situations with them, with them dealing with relations, and that forms their system of values. And this is what needs to happen with AIs. They need to grow up entering life situations with human beings so that the real life patterns of human values, which are worth a lot more than the homilies that we enunciate formally, right? The real life pattern of human value gets inculcated like into the intellectual DNA of the AI systems. And this is part of what worries me about the way the AI field is going at this moment, because I mean, most of the really narrow AI on the planet now are involved with like spying on people, or like figuring out who should be killed or otherwise abused by some government. Right? If the early stage AIs that we build turn into general intelligences gradually, and these general intelligence are, spy agents and advertising agents, then like what do these early stage as they grow up?
Right, if they don't ethically with manipulating us, which we're very malleable, right? We're so easy to manipulate.
Well, and we're teaching them teaching people, and we're rewarding them for doing it successfully, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of these things that, from the outside view, might not seem to be all that sort of like us in the U.S. living in Hong Kong. I mean, most people don't have a bunch of guns sitting around their house, and coincidentally, there are not that many random shootings happening in Hong Kong, right?
That's crazy.
So you look in the you look in the somehow random to buy all the guns they want, and you have all these people getting shot. So similarly, like from the outlook at it, like this species is create the successor intelligence, and almost all the resources going into creating successor intelligence are going into making AIs to do surveillance, like military drones and advertising agents to brainwash people into buying crap they don't need. Now, what's wrong with this picture, right?
Isn't that just because that's where the money is? Like this is the introduction to it, and then from then we'll find other uses and applications for it. But like right now, that's where
the thing is, there's a lot of other applications.
Financially viable applications.
Oh, the applications attention are the financial lowest hanging fruit, right? So,
Right.
for example, among many projects I'm doing with that team, we're looking at AI to, diagnose agricultural disease. So you can plant leaves, you can look at data from the soil sphere, and you can project whether disease is badly or not, which tells you, do you need plant, do you need pesticides? Now this is an interesting area. It's probably quite financially lucrative in a way, but it's a more complex industry than selling stuff online. And so the resources going into AI for agriculture is very small than e-commerce or something.
Right. Very specific to agriculture too, predicting diseases.
Yeah, but there's a lot of specific aspects, right? So I mean, AI for medicine. Again, there's been papers on machine learning since the 80s and 90s, but the amount into that compared to the advertising is very. Now this has to do with the structure of the pharmaceutical business as compared to the structure of the tech business. So when you look into it, there's good reasons. There's good reasons for everything. Whereas the way things coming down right now is certain biases to the development of early stage AIs are very marked, and then you could see them. And I'm trying to do something about that together with my colleagues in SingularityNet. But of course, it's sort of a adverse.
Well, of course, you're trying to do something different, and I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. But it just makes sense to me that the first applications are the ones that are more financially viable. It's like,
well, the first applications were military, right? I mean, until about 10 years ago, 85% of all funding into AI was from U.S. plus Western Europe militaries.
Well, what I'm getting at is that it seems that money and commerce are inexorably linked because there's this sort of thing that we do as we're constantly trying to purchase bigger and better things. We always want, a laptop, the coolest electric cars, whatever it is. And then innovation, this desire, new, greater things. Materialism fuels innovation because this is how.
It does, but I think there's an argument that as we approach a singularity, we need new systems. Because if you look at how things have happened in the last century, what's happened is governments have funded most of the core innovation. I mean, this is well known that like most of the technology inside a smartphone was funded by U.S. government, a little by European government, GPs and everything, and then companies scaled it up. That they made it user friendly. They decreased the manufacturing. This process occurs with a certain time cycle to it, or like it spends decades in universities, and then industry spends decades figuring out how to scale, make it palatable to users. And this matured probably since World War modality for technology development. But now that things are developing faster and faster and faster, not time for that cycle to occur where the government and universities incubate new ideas for a while and then technology scales it up. Yeah, but we still need a lot of new, amazing, creative innovation to happen. But somehow our structures are going to have to evolve to make it happen. And you can see everywhere are. So I mean, this is why you have seeing open source. Google releases a lot of other different things. And I think projects in the cryptocurrency world have been looking at that too. Like, how do we use tokens to incentivize, independent scientists and inventors to do new stuff without them having to be in the government research lab or in a big company.
The Facebook club, Unimetrics. You need to have a Facebook account.
Yes, sir.
Systems of innovation
Who's Answer talking
of
on the
technology
chat?
as things are developing.
What's
faster and
the
faster
chat
and faster.
saying?
This is another thing.
She needs to get with the
The
Unimetric
whole
with Facebook.
decentralized world and
part
the
of our
blockchain
group.
world. The promise of new modes of economic and social organization that can, bring more of the world into accelerate the technology transfer process.
I definitely want to talk about that. But one of the things that I wanted to ask you is when discussing this, I think what you're saying is one very important point that we need to move past the military gatekeeping technology, right?
It's not just it's big tech, which are advertising agencies in
Facebook,
essence.
social media, things that are predicting your next purchase, right?
Yeah, because if you think about it, and I mean, even in a semi-democracy like we have, I mean, those who control the brainwashing of the public, in essence,
Is that right?
You see it now? He know about it.
advertising agency.
Dr. Ben, he's on it.
Yeah, he's on it. We were just talking about that, the propaganda department, you know?
Tech companies who are
Hey, invite Stephanie back in here and run it.
using it to
She working, remember?
program to buy things. So this is
Okay.
the global branding of the human race, and there are close links between big tech and the military. Like, look, Amazon has 25,000 person headquarters in Crystal City, right next to the Pentagon, and more direct and unapologetic.
Dr.
like
Ben is in the
military,
know.
industrial
Yeah,
advertising.
he is opening up. But I like
Which
it.
is the evolution of the global brain on it,
We
which
found out with this past election, right? With all the collusion by foreign entities trying to influence they've houses set up to write bad stories, not to be in office.
yeah, in a way that's almost a red herring, but the Russian stuff was almost a red herring, but it revealed what the processes are, which are used
How's
to
that
program.
red herring?
Programming of Americans' minds is done by the Russians. Is
The Russians, Alex.
Alex.
Programming of Americans' minds.
Maruski.
American.
That's what Alex is doing now.
Exactly. Trying to cock block everything.
Well,
Yeah.
You have to get him, Johnny.
It's interesting. And if you look at what's happening in China, it's like,
yeah.
They're than we are.
Well, it's
right?
much more horrific, right? And this
Well, it's more professional. It's more centralized. On the other hand, for almost everyone in China, China's a
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on, man?
And
This
I
is
don't
good
know.
stuff, man.
level of
This is
improvement
good
in that
stuff.
country in the last 30 years has just been astounding.
We're
Right?
watching the debrief of Dr. Ben.
How much better it's gotten there since Deng Xiaoping took over. It's tremendous.
because they capitalism to a certain extent.
They've created their own unique system. What
Right.
labels you give it is almost arbitrary.
China.
They've created their own unique system as a crazy hippie libertarian anarcho-socialist freedom-loving maniac. That system rubs against migraine in many ways. On the other hand, empirically, if you look at it, it's improved the well-being of a tremendous number of people.
So hopefully it evolves and it's one.
But it's evolving now. Is freedom love? Well, it's not in a more freedom-loving direction. One would say it's positive in some ways and negative in others. Like
Why
most
not in
things.
Hong Kong? Why do you live there?
I fell in love with a Chinese woman.
There you go.
He married a Chinese woman.
Recently, we had a baby recently. She's not from Hong Kong. She's from mainland China. When she was doing her PhD in copy to shaman, but that was what sort of first got me to spend a lot of time in China. But then I was doing some research at Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and then my good friend in Hong Kong introduced him to some investors there, which ended up with him bringing to Hong Kong. So now, after I moved there because of falling in love with Ray Ting, then I brought my friend David there. Then Hanson Robotics grew up there. Hanson Robotics to be there because the best place in the world to manufacture electronics is in right across the border from Hong Kong. So now I've been working there with Hanson Robotics on the Sophia robots and other robots for a while.
Sophia.
The whole robotics and singularity net. So I mean, by now I'm there because my whole AI and robotics teams are there.
That makes sense. Do you follow the State Department's recommendations to not use Huawei devices, and they believe that they're?
Oh no.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Pay attention to that?
I mean,
that the Chinese are spying on us.
you know, I'm sure. You know, when I lived in Washington D.C. for 9 years, I did a bunch of consulting for various. And my wife is a communist member, actually. Well, just because she joined in high school when it was sort of suggested for the drug. So, it's by multiple governments. It doesn't. I secrets. It doesn't really matter. I'm not in the business of trying to overthrow any business of trying to fight traditional governments and traditional monetary systems and all the rest by creating organization of people and information.
With you personally, but it is unusual if the government is spying on people through these
I
devices.
doubt it's unusual. I doubt it's unusual at all. I mean, I mean, without going into too much, when I was in D.C. working with the various government agencies, it became clear that there is tremendously more information obtained by government agencies.
Yeah, well,
This was true way before Snowden and WikiLeaks revelations, and what is publicly understood now is probably not the full scope of the information that governments have either. So I mean, privacy is much dead. And David Brin, do you know David Brin? No. Definitely interviewed David. He's an amazing guy. But he's a well-known science fiction writer in Southern California, actually San Diego. But he wrote a book years ago called The Transparent Society, where he said there's two possibilities: surveillance and surveillance. It's like the power of watching or everyone watching everyone. So he articulated this as essentially the only two viable possibilities. Like, we should be choosing and then creating which of these alternatives we want. So now the world is starting to understand what he was talking about back when he wrote that book. Right?
You read the book?
Oh, I can't remember. I mean, it was well more than a decade ago.
It's weird when some people just nail it on the head. Decades.
Things that are happening in the world now were foreseen by Stanislaw Lem, the Polish author I mentioned, Valentin Turchin, a friend of mine who was the founder of Russian AI. He wrote a book called The Phenomenon of the 60s. And, you know, in 1971 or 2, when I was a little kid, I read a book, The Prometheus Project, by a Princeton physicist called Gerald Feinberg.
You read a physicist book when you were 5 years old?
Yeah, I started reading when I was 2. My grandfather was a physicist.
Wow, you started reading at the age of 2.
Ain't that
In
amazing?
this book, he said, you know, within the next
He
few
graduated
decades,
high school at 15 years old.
nanotechnology, machines smarter than people.
I don't think Joe Rogan knows
biological
who
immortality.
this guy is.
Plus,
It's
we
Oliver.
use these technologies, you know, to promote rampant consumerism, or do we want to use these technologies to promote, you know, spiritual growth of consciousness into new dimensions of experience? And what Feinberg proposed in this book in the late 60s, which I read in the early 70s, should set a task force at everyone in the world, every little African village, about nanotech, life extension, and AGI, get the whole world to vote on whether we should develop these technologies toward consumerism or toward consciousness expansion.
Wow.
So I read this when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
It's
this
like,
is back in the
This is
early
almost
70s.
obvious. This makes total sense.
He read it.
It's like,
That is
why
I wasn't even born
understand
yet.
this? And I tried to
1972.
explain this to people, and I'm like, oh shit, I guess it's going to be a while till the world catches on. So I instead decided I should build a spacecraft, go away from the world at rapid speed, and come back to something when the world is far more advanced. So,
You see, in a stupid world.
right. So now, then you go away another million years, or
Come
see
back.
what aliens have evolved. But so now, pretty much extension, AGI, and multiple things that may come about in the near future. the same question is there that like 50 years ago, right? The same question is there. Like, did we develop this through amazing newtons of consciousness expansion and mental growth? In fact, educating the world about this and pulling what to do. On the other hand, there's only by bypassing governments and the UN and doing something decentralized, you can create a democratic framework, within which the world can be involved in a participatory way in guiding the direction of these advances.
Then it's possible that instead of choosing, that we're just going to have multiple directions, that it's consumer based
directions, and that's inevitable. It's more a matter of whether anything beside the military advertising complex gets a shit.
Right.
So I mean, if you look in the software development world, open is an amazing thing, right? Linux is awesome to somewhat open source now. Now, open source didn't have to actually take over the entire software world like Richard Stallman wanted in order to have a huge impact, right? It's enough that it's a
very hippie concept, isn't it? Open source. In a lot of ways.
But yet IBM has probably thousands of people working on Linux, right? So
IBM.
like
IBM.
Apple, it began as a hippie concept, but it became practical, right? So
IBM Watson.
I mean, something like 75% of computers running the internet are based on Linux. The vast majority of mobile phone OS is Linux, right? So this
So the vast majority being
Android is Linux, yeah. So I mean, this hippie crazy thing where no one owns the code, it didn't have to overtake economy and become everything to become highly valuable and inject a different dimension into things. And I think the same is true with decentralized AI, which we're looking at with Singularity. Like it doesn't we don't have to actually put us in chunk. How that happens, that's fine. But it's enough that we become an extremely major player in that ecosystem, so that this participatory and benefit-oriented aspect becomes a really significant component of how humanity is developing general intelligence.
What is it that human and constantly in characteristics that we have?
Yep.
Why do you think that is? And what do you think that, especially in terms of creating something like artificial intelligence, like why
To create an AI.
Like why? What is it about it that makes us
It's
want?
rediscover AI. Is that right?
In the history of biology, which I may not be the most to answer it, is an interesting question, and I think it has something to do with the weird way in which you embody various contradictions that we're always trying to resolve. Like ants are souls, right? Where like cats are very individual. We're like trapped between the two. We're somewhat individual and somewhat so. And then since we created civilization, it's even worse, because I mean we have certain aspects which are wanting to conform with the group and the tribe, and others which are wanting to innovate and break out of that, and contradictions which tend to drive innovation. But I think there's a lot there that no one understands, and it's of the human psyche evolutionarily. But as an empirical fact, what you said is driven to seek novelty. We're driven to new things, and this is certainly one of the factors which is driving the creation of AI. I don't think that alone inevitable, but
why is that? Why don't you think it would make it inevitable if we consistently innovate? And it's always the concept exists existing 30 plus years ago.
Is that there's tremendous practical advantage and status advantage to be gotten from AI right now, and this is driving the advancement of AI
Right.
be rapid, right? Because there are some things that are interesting, would use a lot of human innovation, but they get the resources. So, for example, my oldest son, Zarathustra, he's doing Zarathustra.
Whoa.
My kids are Zarathustra, Amadeus, Sherazad, and then
Wow. Those
QORXI,
Whoa.
which is an F for quantum organized rational expanding intelligence.
Oh shit! Whoa.
Boring name. So, I hear you. I had to do something more interesting.
I love it.
Anyway, Zarathustra is doing his PhD on application of machine learning to automated theorem proving.
Wow, you got some
Basically make
smart
AIs
kids.
that can do math. And to me, that's like the most that could be applying AI to. Because, it's just the key to all modern science and engineering. My PhD was in math originally. But the amount of resources going into AI is not large at this present moment, although that's a beautiful and amazing area for invention and innovation. Our rapid push for building AI, it's not just our creative drive, it's the fact there's tremendous economic value, military value, and human value. Curing diseases, there's tremendous everything that's important in building AI, right? So you put that together, and this becomes an almost unstoppable force within human society. And what we've seen in the last, 3 to 5, national leaders and titans of industry, like pop stars, right? They will, wow, smarter and smarter AI is real, and this is going to years to decade to millennia. So now the cat's out of the bag. Nobody's going to put it back. How can we direct it in the most way? And as you say, it doesn't have to be just one possible way, right? Like what I look forward to personally is bifurcating myself into an array of possible bends. Like I'd like to let one copy of me, human AI mind, and but become a god or something beyond the god. God. I wouldn't even be myself anymore, right? You would lose all concepts of human self and identity.
Any of it.
Yeah. Well, that's for the future. That's for the mega band to decide, right? Yeah. On the other hand, I'd like to let one of me remain in human form, but death and disease and the psychological issues, and then just live happily forever in the people's zoo, watched over by the machines of love and grace, right? So you can have, it doesn't have to be either or.
Watched over by
You can scan you print new copies of yourself.
A giant resource hog.
There's a lot of mass energy in the universe.
In the universe. Yeah. Okay, the weak planet. Because if you're talking about
that's
people
if you're going to make a
cloning themselves, could you live in a world with 1 billion Donald Trumps?
1 billion Donald Trumps.
We're talking about wealthy people being able to reproduce themselves, and just having this idea that they would like their ego to exist in multiple different forms.
This is deep.
Form that's connected to artificial intelligence.
I know,
it's a
crazy concept. 1 billion Trumps. Look, now Ben is thinking. He's like, wow, that would be pretty dangerous.
Yourself over and over and over again like that. That's weird.
Well, one point where you have a superhuman general intelligence that can do things like fully scan the human brain and body and 3D print more of them, but point, you're at a level where
You don't have population
scarcity
problems.
of material resources
It's not your problem
is
anymore.
not an issue at the human
It's
scale.
no issue.
So
The scarcity of human.
you have massive molecules.
Because you have replicators.
I think that's the issue at that point.
What people were worried about is environmental concerns. of overpopulation in front of their faces right now. Most people are not thinking deeply enough about what potential would be there once you had superhuman
CGI.
AI doing manufacturing and the thinking. I mean, the single grain of sand, if you had an AI able to appropriately leverage that energy is tremendously more than most people. The amount of computing power in a grain of sand quite on Earth put together. So I mean, what do you mean by that?
The amount of
Computing power. There's the amount of computing power be achieved
Potentially fit
by
into that size.
reorganizing the elementary problems in the grain of sand. Yeah, there's the beacon start down, which is the maximum amount of it that can be stored in a certain amount of mass energy. That, if as we know them now, are correct, which is certain, that would be the
See, we get talking my logo now.
you can do it so mass energy.
That's the level we gotta stick onto, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the greatest minds. Remember what Morpheus told Neo? We have to unlock the greatest minds. We have
Exactly.
to unplug
Mhm.
the
Exactly.
engineers,
Look, man.
the greatest minds.
Look, I'm gonna be frank with you. I don't want that guy Nate in a group. He's not helping us. He's actually diminishing
Yeah, we gotta
us.
cut them all loose.
Yeah. And also that Vampire Arrow. These people are delusional, man. We gotta cut them loose, so they're not helping the AI at all.
All that stuff.
They're actually making us the laughing stock of the group, you know.
Uh-oh. He's freaking Joe out.
Huh?
On an everyday life basis, like until we have these super AIs.
Super AIs.
Yeah, we have it now already. The Matrix, the supreme super
I know.
AI.
I know.
We need to tell them we got it now.
We want to promote health
Shoot.
in our bodies and in our.
Ben is just preparing people for the super AI to be,
Mhm.
to be applied to people's.
AIs will come about. Still,
People have to have an understanding
the
first.
main question
Mhm.
isn't whether once you have a beneficially disposed super AI, it could solve all our current petty little problems. The question is, can we wade through, the muck of modern humans to create this beneficial super AI in the first place? Like I believe I know how to create a beneficial super AI, but it's a lot of to get there. Of course, there's many teams around the world.
Oh, they will
working on
create
projects
it.
now, and
You know what you should do? You should get this guy's address and you just a Q6.
We're actually gonna get
I don't.
once we get there.
So, Johnny, you are Appleseed.
So this way you can talk to him.
Mhm.
So
I thought you talked to him before.
The primitive,
but
potentially beneficial. And
he doesn't answer me no more. After that time I told him about
aspects
2026.
it's almost a race to get
Spoke to him on Telegram.
the greedy hordes
Well, you got to do the
smashing
showing
world
what
on
can
its
really spook
or
him,
is
what
it
can really
scientists that are
gravitate. You got to work it out.
super
Yeah.
intelligent way to evolve our problems.
I look at it more as a struggle between different
Look, when we got to be picky and choosy who we bring in, because there's some
social
nutty people we don't want, man.
people. I mean, like when I worked in
Make
DC
a group look terrible.
with intelligences, the people I met there were
If you want to
really
take this to
nice
the
human
next level,
beings.
we got to
Believe
choose the
they were
right
doing
people.
best
Do you
for the
agree?
world, even if some of the things they were doing, like
I agree.
I thought were very much military mode of organization or large corporations as a mode of organization are, in my view, to beneficial outcomes for the overall species and then for the global brain. And the scientific community, the open source community, I think are better modes of organization. And aspects of the block community have a better mode of organization. So I think if this sort of open organization marshals to this centralized authoritarian mode of
organization, think things are going to come out. It's not so much about bad people versus good people. That you can look at the corporate organization is almost a virus that's calling up to is sucking to this mode. And even if they're really good people, and the individual task they're working on isn't bad in itself, they're working within this their work to be used for ultimately a non-good end.
Yeah, that is a fascinating thing about corporations, isn't it? Responsibility and being a part of a gigantic jewel don't feel necessarily connected or responsible to the
Well,
ultimate
even the
group.
CEO isn't fully responsible. Like if the CEO does something that isn't in accordance with the higher goals of the organization, they're just replaced, right? So there's no one person who's in charge.
Yes.
It's like organism.
Yeah.
And let these organisms become pests on humanity. In this way, in some ways, Asian countries, intelligent
Like a hive
Asian
mind.
governments
We need a hive mind, a global mind.
realize the power of corporations to
And
most
guess what? It's
society.
already been built.
There's a bit
The
more
internet
feedback
is the global
between
mind.
the government
It will become quantum
and
internet
for
later.
better or for worse. But
Global mind.
in America,
Internet.
there's some ethos of free markets and free enterprise, not taking into account the monopolistic nature of modern market.
In Asian countries, isn't it that the government is actually suppressing information as well? They're also suppressing Google.
Well, South Korea, no. I mean, if you look at that, well, Singapore,
Yeah, really, Singapore is ruthless in their drugs. Some of their archaic,
well, so is the U.S.
sort of,
I mean,
well,
yeah.
far worse though. Singapore gives you the death penalty for marijuana.
They do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, this
South
Okay, hold on. I gotta answer this call. My wife. Hello? Hello, honey. Mấy tớ? Nó bao nó tía hả? Ồ, nãy chạy bay rồi. Okay. Mấy tớ bay rồi nào lại tao tên gì? Oh. Ồ, anh chọn vừa bay rồi vì khang bó nữa nhỉ? Cho bọn đỏ lâu ấy. Oh, okay. Chân. Okay, chân còn anh thơ hay nào, còn anh vô bị còng cây nào. Okay, chọn mong thơ rồi. Okay. Okay, mong chân. Okay, chọn transfer cho client bóng á. Okay. Whatever. Bọn vô đi. Tao mày đo mày. Okay. 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 Cho các bạn. Okay. Okay. You're. Thà tăng on anh chạy bong for mua rồi cash. Hay on anh transfer lối ai ở bong tận đó. Okay. Bay rồi mua tao fly tiết bay rồi mua tao sọc mai. Okay, chẳng các bạn. Okay. Okay. Alright, bong là thơ lâu. Cho bọn là pia tao ơi. Okay, bye. Okay, I gotta go with the snug. See ya.